G'day everyone, Matt Elder of mattelder.com here, and just going to have a quick look at this news article that came out today from the Brothers Brick from the Toy Fair New York. This is dots related news, and seems that Santoki, hopefully pronounced that right, a merchandiser which has done some stuff with dots. So we can see some of the pictures here. These look like they're pens with some studs on the end, and under the dots branding where you can just put some dots on the bits and pieces there. Then they've got this display of basically like a rainbow of notebooks, and seems to be you then have matching pens which can interlock actually into the notebooks. It looks like there's some studs there and the pen can fit in there and close there, so that looks kind of interesting, kind of nice. You got here, we're told that these notebooks are manufactured in the same factory that produces Moleskin's high quality goods. Me personally, Moleskin, I have boxes of Moleskin art books. As an artist, I use them a lot. They're really good quality, so hopefully they'll have some nice books there. But the way that that's phrased though is a little odd. It's like saying, oh, my Volvo is made in the same factory as Lamborghini. Doesn't necessarily mean that one carries over to the other. And price point $24. That probably comes in more expensive than a Moleskin notebook anyhow, depending upon the size, of course. Just having a little bit more of a look here. The other interesting thing was releasing these, looks to be gel pens, and with these minifigures, but the minifigures don't have any hairpiece or anything like that. Maybe that's just to keep it gender neutral or something, but it does seem a little odd. You wouldn't include something like that. Just, it's always going to feel a little bit incomplete. And what else do we have? And just more of the images that they released. So some of the images that they released, those look like the pens. See some of the little extra dots there which are being included. Notebook display that we saw before. So the notebooks look like they're going to just have the printed picture with the 4 studs. Just another shot with different textures on the front with the 4 studs again. One of the pens there, it looks like you can see the studs there to attach onto. The studs on the top there. Close up of that minifigure without the hair on top. Back of the packaging of the pens. Looks like you got 5 each of the quarter circles and then 5 of the circles. It's hard to tell if you're getting variations within the same pack of each of the different 1x4 tiles, or that's just a group shot and showing you how, if you got multiple ones combining it together, maybe it is if that's a multi-pack. Which it must be, because these ones here you're getting 2 of each for the single ones. This looks more to be like a marker pack, 6 markers, and these are 2x2, so giving you a bit more space to do the dots on. Again, the back of the pack, and this must be for the multi-pack. It's just not really clear. Are these going to be, what's the relationship between what these are in here? Do they come off and you can put on different ones, or it's just saying that that's on there? Not really clear whether these are going to pop on or off, or just strange that you'd be showing the anti-stud side there and then the stud side there. Getting 8 of each of the major tiles in each color. These seem to be secret diaries and notebooks, and it looks like you're going to have some plates and different ways you can attach some more of these dots onto them. And the reverse side of the packaging, that could be interesting there if that slides up and down, however that sort of clips on. And then the heart with just different designs that you can do. A lock for it as well. This seems to be a mini little notebook with a 8x6 stud area with 48 tiles. That will cover that all. And then another keychain with some tiles as well. Reverse of the packets, just showing some design ideas there, and then just different places you might want to put the keychain. Then some of the pencil cases which are having these dots. This looks like a softer, flexible type pencil cases, whereas this one looks like to be more of a harder one. Some more dots as well, so you can go through and apply them, make some designs. Reverse there, 8 of each of the components. This one looks like it's got 10 of each of the components. Could be interesting, the opening and closing mechanism there for the harder one. So this being an interesting direction for the dots, this seems to be more general sort of stationery that you can obviously put some studs on and do some designs and connections on, whereas the first wave of dots seem to be more about actually building surfaces and construction with your pineapple and photo holder. So it feels like it's going more in a merchandising direction, but you're still getting your application of tiles, which is coming more from your construction. So a little bit different from your normal just taking Lego and putting it onto other merchandising, such as other lines that they've announced here. So a bit more of a foot in each camp, where part of it is actually building and construction, as you associate more with your normal sets, versus licensing to merchandise, kind of a foot in each camp. This is some of the other merchandise that they announced and was on display. Yeah, looks like some interesting things, which I'm sure has a market, but I'm more interested in the actual building products and construction. When I first saw this, I thought, oh great, it looks like they're going to be releasing a whole bunch of Lego in tins and things, which would have been cool. But I think this is more just a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, so more just a picture which you can do a jigsaw out of. And the other interesting one is a suitcase with some studs on the outside. It seems that these would be protruding out with a cast shadow there, particularly the way that the light from a flash or something matches up. So you'd hope that would be a relatively tough plastic, because certainly some of the suitcases we've had coming out of luggage carousels have been beaten up a bit. So if it wasn't strong enough, you can see that getting bashed around a fair bit. Otherwise, some interesting bits and pieces there. I'm sure it's got a market. Being more into the construction side of Lego, the thing which I wish they'd release is this promo pack that they sent out, which had about 5,000 pieces in it. This would be really interesting, and certainly a few other people I know who have seen this have certainly said if they could ever get their hands on it, it would be a great thing and happy to pay for it. But I don't think they're ever going to actually make this as a set, and just see some of the new bits and pieces they've come out with. So some interesting Dots news that's come out there. It looks like it's blurring a bit more of that line between the actual construction toy and what is more, I guess, sort of straight up and down merchandise. The timing of this all seems a little strange, given that the first wave of stuff doesn't actually hit Lego branded stores until the end of this week, although it's been popping up in a lot of other little shops elsewhere. And I suppose being Toy Fair, it's a hard date and they need to announce it, but announcing effectively what I guess you could call Wave 2 when Wave 1 hasn't even really hit the shops. They're saying that this is going to be an August release for some of this stuff, and hence being February, why they're not really giving any prices on the actual items themselves. An interesting direction that Lego are taking their line. What do you think of these products? Are these any sorts of things that you're going to be picking up? I'd be curious to see further how these notebooks go. Personally, I could see picking up some of these things. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked this video, smash that like button, and if you want to be truly awesome, then subscribe to the channel. We always appreciate every single little subscriber. Until next time, when we talk about all things Lego.